So my presentation is about futures built, about foresight.
Okay. It's good.
But it's me. Okay?
It's you. Okay. Okay, Yulia. Okay, let's go. So please, just let us know your instructions when you need to pass the new slide. Okay.
Okay. I will tell them a slide, please. Okay.
Okay.
So it is our foresight to future in 2050, and we do this project with SCG expert. Slide, please. With a company, and we was interested how it will be in recommendation of sustainable building industry across this time and this period. And next, please. And next, please. And next, please.
Okay.
Yes, and we studied more than 30 countries. I interviewed 70 experts from different kinds of industries here, from different kinds of industries, and especially the construction management and managers in energy efficiency. Next, please. And you here see the process in countries of experts that we surveyed and their high level of education. For this research, next please, we used the classic PESTLE analysis for policy solutions, economical instruments, society factors and societal needs. We tried to find some new innovation and technologies. We study laws, issues and regulatory framework and environmental aspects. Next, please. So, and we will begin from policy trends, and the more common here trend is that regularization meets local standards everywhere, because a global certification system not always available. They can be a little bit expensive for some countries, and they invited some new policy instruments. And from the types of policy, we divided it for 3 groups. The first group, it's a policy oriented towards foster programs that are countries that already had some achievements in sustainability policy and construction industry, and they try to achieve new goals. And the second group, it's a transition policy. It's countries like Latin America, Russia also, all key countries, some country in South Africa, and they trying to move from to the renewable energy policy and implement it in construction industry. In the first group, it's a policy that aims to education and technology. As usual, as countries in developing world, here is not so much a specialist in construction industry, and they try to use these standards to make this market more full for implementing new educational and constructional standards. And what's about statistics? The most of procents of experts are confident about that ESG agenda will be like a fundament for sustainable construction services, and just some of 25% are thinking that it will be replaced by regional standards, like in China and South Africa. Next, please. But we see that the market of sustainable construction will be growth approximately 2 times more. And next, please. There will be a lot of new instruments for different stakeholders on the market. For example, from investors, it can be green bonds, impact investing for social entrepreneurship, and microloans for green startups, crowdfunding for citizenship and startups also, and governmental activities for grants and subsidies, and of course for populations can be green mortgages. And next, please. What's about the economy? The main principle is circular economy. And here we can see that here is the common stage of life cycle of green building, and design and development, of course, production of some materials, distribution and logistic, consumption and utilization, and collection and utilization. But first of all, the most important here, design and development, because from this begin all cycle, and here we plan it, how it will be going into distribution, and how it will be consumed, how it will be collected and utilized. And all experts thinking that it will be like just development in circularity, and we need to find new instruments in this case. Next, please. What about social factors? It's new, inclusive, and social policy where the building can care about people, because we know that some well and fit well standards, they take care more about psychological and social comfortable. And biophilic element designs will be the first position. It's a space design, modular design, it's all that deals with all our feelings and physical comfort. And of course, it's energy efficiency and thermal and acoustic comfort. It's sustainable materials that fit for our indoor air quality also, and economically and environmentally friendly. Next, please. But the main challenge is social housing and affordable buildings, because here we see that affordable buildings comes again to the luxury segment, because luxury segments are now more in Arabic Emirates, in some USA countries and some European countries. But social housing, it's like a low carbon footprint social housing approach is better developing in emerging nations. And we see a lot of mixed zones in Europe. This one is the criteria of affordability that's mixed with different social classes. But sustainability must be affordable. It's one of the reasons why we discussed it a lot with experts, and they want to pay more attention to a social housing crisis and to deal with luxury segment and deals with environmentally friendly infrastructure. Next, please. And also it's this theme of inclusive design, because cities must be for all, and buildings too, for all population, for all genders, for all ages. And we have to use a lot of regulation elements and modular elements. And in the stage of planning, we can use interactive design tools like VR, the technologies for creating and accessible environment, and planet design, community-oriented designs, including cultural and social contexts when we're creating sustainable buildings. Next, please. And technological factors, I think today have a lot of conversation about that. It's divided into digital transformation tools, building information modeling. It's always connected with digitalization, digital twins and modeling, artificial intelligence that using for energy efficiency and planning of the building, Internet of Things, and smart drink for renewable energy. But we have interesting conversations about the materials, because some of the experts try to explain that they prefer just using natural elements. Somebody no, we have to use a lot of synthetic elements if they are more energy effective and more profitable. And some of them prefer recycled elements, if just in case, if it's easy to modulate and recycle and go into cycle again. Also, we can use additive technologies and local productions, and experts pay a lot of hopes for these technologies, because 3D printing included principle of modulate houses and can be used for mass and local production of building elements. And of course, energy solutions can be like part of digital transformations, divided energy system, renewable in hydrogen, and new generation heat pumps and dynamic facades. Next, please. And what about law trends? It's as the part of policy, and we back to policy, because it's repeats subsidies and grants, tax incentive, green bonds for different stakeholders. But for regulatory pressure, we see it can be used mandatory certifications, bans on materials, and strict fines, and sometimes sanctions for some countries, because if they modulate this more strictly, they can achieve their goals more effective. But in the future, we can see more harmonization of standards and open for data exchange of education of specialists and more united system of exchanging experience, data, and also standards. Next, please. All about environmental trends, again, repeat, circular economy and zero waste initiative, because it's a one problem in modular system now, and in housing crisis and environmental and climate crisis too. And we met urbanization with nature problem. And we have to go to nature-based solution when I think here is a lot of teams that repeat this, but again, this must be included in environment, not excluded from environment. And from macro approach, from city planning, we go to the one building unit, whereas they are united in one system approach. Next, please. And we see three principles. It's architecture that works with nature, integrated into natural ecosystem and promote biodiversity, and not creates but solves some problems. Especially it's about taught before me, it's solution for different climate zones, and especially for coastal zones that they have their own wishes, and architecture solution must be adaptive into account the specialists for this local climate, and also urban agriculture that can be integrated and solve the food crisis in some regions and the water crisis also. And we see that some cultural solution included in nature-based solution, for example, some Chinese principles, Indian principles that try to be involved into environmental global standards and be like a cultural unit in total. So this is in this diversity, we can see the cities of the future and buildings of the future also. Thank you. Next, please. It will be contact list. If you want to see the full report, you can ask us for this contact, and we can send the full presentation. It's about 100 pages of this analysis, and I hope it will be useful for you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Yulia. Thank you very much.